Hey, welcome to the Cigar Room Show. I want to give a shout out to Stock the Bar Premium Vodka. It's available in your large local retailer. When you purchase, please hashtag Stock the Bar Vodka in your post and or tag them if you're following them, which you should be following Stock the Bar Vodka. Shout out to the Shea Cigar Cafe located in Farmington Hills. Go check them out. Shea Cigar Cafe located right there on 12 Mile and Middle Belt. Great cigar cafe. Go check them out. Tonight, I want to get into not losing your dream because you won't wake up. What do I mean by that? Not losing your dream because you won't wake up. A lot of you have a dream about something you want to do. You have something that you've been dreaming about, passionate about, really wanting to happen for a very long time, and or you're currently doing the exact thing that you've been wanting to do, but people aren't being that receptive to it, or you're not getting the results you were really invested in and hoping you'd get in return. You're hoping that you would get a decent return on investment. And some of you understand that, hey, it's an investment. It's not going to just pay off immediately, but one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do this episode is because I've been seeing a lot of disgruntled business owners. Now you'll have them disgruntled customers and they'll complain, and it's like no end of their complaining. It's a lot of business owners like that right now. And a lot of people are believing the hype about not changing their price, not adjusting what they're doing. I'm going to do this regardless, and almost being stubborn to adjustments. And listen, not everybody's in this boat. A lot of people, listen, your price is your price. What you're doing, what its quality of service and everything, you know what it is. You know what your customer base is willing to pay. You know what your customer base has been paying. You know what your worth is. And I'm not debating that point. But a lot of you say this line a lot, y'all buy Nike, you'll buy Jordan, you'll buy all these high-end things, but you won't buy this. So about that, for instance, the Jordan 1, right? I think it's the most popular, best-selling Jordan it is, right? It's not that it's the most popular Jordan, it's the best-selling from what I understand. When I looked up, it was out in 85 and it was retailed at $65. Now, I think this is around the price point that was a lot of sneakers, but maybe a little bit above the average price point for sneakers at the time in 1985. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because a lot of people will say, you'll buy Jordans, but you won't invest in this. Understand this, okay? Nike had a decent budget, okay? And they had one of the top players in the NBA that was the face of it. At this point in time, it's Air Jordan, Air Jordan. Before you compare yourself to a brand that established and have that kind of person on the forefront of it, understand what you're up against when you say that. Now, I get the context of what people are saying in comparison, but in reality, you don't have that. It's you. It's just you or the people that you're rocking with around you. That's a brand that already had somebody. A lot of these brands that you'll say the people will go by, it's because they're looking to look like a certain class in society to people. And I think a lot of you get that, but the thing about it is, in reality, people don't understand a lot of times, or they'll take for granted who they could be supporting. But to be really straightforward here, is your marketing, is it really up to par where it should demand what you're asking for? This is not a shot at nobody. I hope this helps somebody. Is your brand really being marketed in a way that it really demands the respect of your price point or what you're asking your customer to do? rock it, post it, all that different stuff that you're asking. Are you being realistic to your price point in your market? And the thing about it is, I get it. A lot of people say, hey, I put this work in, I did this and I did that. You may have put the work in and you may have put the product out, but did you really do the research on your market as you put it out? I was Googling this earlier. The top 10 reasons businesses fail, especially small businesses. You know what number one is? Lack of research. Lack of research. So as you're putting out your product and you're putting out your brand, have you done the research in your respective market? Have you? If you're being perfectly honest with yourself, did you really do the research, or did you just look on social media and see what everybody else is posting? Did you really do the research, and did you really look up what the price point is? And listen, I'm not trying to tell anybody what they should be doing. I'm literally just trying to tell you what you could be doing. This is for those of you that actually could have an open mind to want to listen to something else, a different opinion, because that's all I'm giving you. But I'm giving you a lot of actual research things. Like, lack of research is number one on this list here. It's probably number one for a reason. A lot of people go into a market not knowing at all what the market wants. Think about the demographic that you're marketing to. Who is it? What are they used to paying for the product that you're providing? And your marketing style, is it appealing enough that someone would feel, hey, I definitely need this. You know, learning how to make something, learning how to do something is much different than learning how to market it and sell it. It's a huge difference. And this is the thing that will hold a lot of us back, because a lot of you have amazing products, have an amazing service, have an amazing brand, but you haven't even did the research on how to actually market it, how to sell it. You just post it a lot. I mean, let's be real. That's really what happens. And it's okay if you didn't start out the best. You could draw a line in the sand and just do it again. Let's redo it. Let's redo it. Let's keep re-strategizing, reintroducing ourselves to our respective market. It's okay to do that. A lot of you out there, I don't want your dream to fail because you didn't wake up and realize, I'm probably doing this wrong. I'm probably going about this in the wrong way. I'm telling you, it's so much stuff I see on different media posts, or when I'm driving somewhere, when I'm going. It's so much pop-up shops. People have some of the most amazing things, and they just don't know how to market them. They just don't know how to sell them. I've even heard a lot of people will say, they'll have a business and say they don't like people. Well, who are you selling it to? Who is it that you're really trying to gain as a customer? Moving on. Not having a business plan is the next one. People will go out and have a product, a brand, a service, something they're doing, and do not have a business plan. They just got a plan that they're going to do business. That's it. They're going to do capitalist, traditional, hey, I'm going to give you this, you're going to buy this, you're going to purchase it at this price, and I'm going to make my money back, and I'm going to make some profit. That's it. There's no strategy involved. There's no marketing involved. There's not even a typical sales pitch. It's just, hey, you want to buy this? Hey, I'm posting this. Let me know. Hit my bio, hit my website, and let me know what you want to purchase. DM me for pricing. DM me for inquiries. A lot of that, the same typical things that other people are saying. Okay, well, what sets you apart? It's a lot of what you're doing out here. So what is it that's setting you apart? What was in your business plan that said, this is how I'm going to go about marketing? This is how I'm going to go about strategizing to my specific demographic and my specific market that I'm in. What is it? What is it that you're doing different? What are you doing to set yourself apart? Yeah, you got something nice. Somebody else got something nice. Yeah, you may make one of the best of this out, but there's people that already purchased this somewhere else or not sure if they should purchase it from you. What sets you apart? Why do a lot of people believe that they just have to deal with it? What comes with it when it comes to you? A lot of business owners, like I said, I'm not trying to throw any shade on y'all, but I'm really trying to enlighten you, because honestly, I don't want a lot of you to give up. I don't want a lot of you to just fail. I don't want a lot of you to lose your dream because you didn't wake up and realize I'm doing this wrong probably. Another one is not having the business funding they need. A lot of you go into something and you don't have the funds really. You're being so optimistic. You're believing that the little bit of money you have is going to turn into a lot. And it's because your faith. You're speaking into existence. You're speaking. I mean, you're talking a lot. You're saying a lot. And they're believing, and they're saying they're manifesting it and all that. Remember when the manifestation word comes up, faith without works dead. Faith without works is dead. That should also come up. Has to be a work involved. It's universal law. I'm applying what I believe and putting the work in for it to happen. See, a lot of people are doing work, and then you hear the old term work smarter, not harder. A lot of you are doing hard work, but are you doing smart work? Think about it. Just like really think about it. Go back in the last year of what you've been doing. Is it really working in a way where it's appealing to a lot of people? Is it working in a way where it's really justified what you're doing as far as price point, as far as how you're presenting it? Is it really a real effort, or is it just effort? Really think about it. Really put it in perspective. You don't have to keep asking the people around you who are biased in their opinion and say, you know what, it's just, they don't want to buy it, move on. There's somebody else out there who's going to buy it, somebody else out there going to be. Listen, really do the research for yourself. Ask yourself these real questions. Have I been really giving myself to research and understanding? But also, did I jump out here too early because maybe my funds wasn't right? And then if my funds weren't right, how strategic was I with my budget? How strategic was I? Did I really make the best of what I have? And if you haven't, listen, it's okay. Go try again with what you have, but don't go spend and just go do things and just throw something out there. Really focus. Really be strategic about it. Listen, it's hard. A lot of us, just don't got a lot of money just to throw at a business. A lot of people are just trying to make it and pay gas prices out here. Make sure try to get your credit right. I said this in a video before. Make sure your credit together. Use some credit, use some different funds to be able to do it. And if all you got is your own, listen, don't jump out there, putting the wagon before the horse. Listen, get some things in order first. Trust me, it's going to alleviate a lot more problems down the road. Don't just sit up there and be, I got to bet it all on this and then I know it's going to pay off, and just having that pride of that you believed in yourself and all that stuff. Listen. The majority of you are not going to work out like that. It's not. It really isn't. You're going to fail. A lot of you are going to fail doing it with that kind of mindset. Stop doing that. And I'm being very, very firm on saying that because a lot of you have some amazing things, and I don't want you to lose your dream because you didn't wake up. Wake up. This is real life. A lot of times people ain't gonna get a do-over. Come on, a lot of people aren't gonna get a do-over. The next one is financial mismanagement. When you got to that point and how you handled your finances, how your reinvestment, how your re-up went, it just went bad. A lot of you suffer from that. And I know you do. I've been there. I've been there. It's a very, very bad space to be in. You know, even the setup I have right now looks simple enough. I got some things together over time. Looks simple enough, but honestly, if you knew what I really put into this, to put this show together and put it out, and really, really do the things behind the scenes that I've been doing over these last 3 months, the way I've been moving, the way I had to do, the way I had to go up. I've made some mistakes, but I learned from them. I adjust. Okay, that didn't work out too well. Let me do this. That didn't happen for me properly. Let me make the best of it this way. Not beat myself up all the time. Okay. Maybe I didn't get the results I was exactly looking for. Let me keep going. I'm just going to keep going. It's a journey. It really is. But I don't want people to lose what they have. Like, I didn't want to have to do that to myself. It's an investment on my end. I have to keep focused. I have to think it through. Okay, what am I doing? Did I make the best of my whatever I did? Asking myself, doing checks and balances. Think to yourself, have you been really doing checks and balances on your respective business, brand, or service? Have you? Are you constantly getting upset with your customer base? Listen, whatever your brand, service, business, whatever it may be, whatever you have and the people you keep marketing to on your social media, the friends, you chose these people. You accepted those friend requests. You accepted to follow those people. You accepted for them to follow you back and all that. Think about it. This is the customer base you're creating. So when you get mad at a customer for not wanting to pay your price point, these are the people that you're marketing to. Think about it. How are you marketing to them? The next one is poor marketing. Think about it. Are you really doing proper marketing? Is all the TikTok videos and the posts, the nice posts, the way you go about it, do you think that's setting you apart? When people look at what you have and, oh wow, and they like, comment, share, do all this different stuff, man, please. Not to mention followers and stuff like that. Now, a lot of these pages be fake, or people made up different ones and all this different stuff. So, it's a lot of this stuff going on. And the thing about it is, it's okay. Draw a line in the sand, recreate your marketing and recreate what you're putting out there. I can't tell how many times I had to adjust what I was doing. Behind the scenes, different things, little things I tweaked on what I did and how I adjusted. And I had to find my niche. I'm still figuring things out as I go. I think I'm always going to do that. The market and sales and everything, that always changes. People like to make it sound like it's simplified. And it's like, oh, just selling it's going to always be the same. And for them expert sellers out there, them expert marketers and all that, good for y'all. But even them, they know you have to adjust. Poor marketing. Are you really marketing to the best of your ability? And you can't always say it's because you don't got the money. A lot of times it's because of effort. Let's be honest here. A lot of times it's because of lack of effort. You're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. Reposting. There's no adjustment. There's no real conversations you're having with people and gaining an understanding. Okay, what is my customer base looking for from me? Price points, they're not always fair. Sometimes you have to come into the market at a certain level that's appealing, but also it's somewhere in there. It's a happy medium, but it's hard because a lot of times you got to come in at a different price point, and then you have to grow. And it's tough. It's tough to hear that. A lot of people believe that they're worth so much more. Like, I know my worth. Do you? Do you know your worth? Have you really did enough research on your respective product, brand, or service that you know your worth? I know the work I put in. I know what I did to create this. I know the time I put in. Do you think your customer base cares? Like, really? Do you? You think your customer base cares? You think that they're thinking about all what you had to put in. Do you know the small margin of people that are having appreciation for what you do? Do you have any idea how much people do not care what you put in? You chose this brand, product, or service, and it's being put out to your customer base. And if they don't appreciate it and they don't want to pay your price point, it may be something that's wrong, off. It's okay to admit that. It's a lot of people that aren't. Do you like even putting out this show? It's so many people I thought would be receptive to this eventually. I'm thinking like, at first I wasn't sure. I'll be honest. At first I wasn't sure people would be receptive to this because, in all honesty, I read and learn from a lot more people that's higher, way higher level of intellectual mindset than myself and have it down for real. Like, I'm thinking to myself like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to be out there in that market and somehow, some way set myself apart. I wasn't sure if I was capable of it. But people are starting to be more receptive to it. And I appreciate it. Now, I'm not in the range of crazy numbers every time I drop an episode, but I'm growing. And I'm seeing different things. Okay, this one didn't do as well as this one, or this one is doing okay, and I'm seeing it. But I still have to make adjustments. I still have to grow. I still have to learn from myself, learn from my market, learn from the people that are being receptive or people that may not like it. Everybody isn't going to like what you're doing. Everybody isn't going to like your price point. Everybody isn't going to like your brand, product, or service. Everybody isn't going to like it. Doesn't mean that it's just a problem with them all the time. Let's be real. So a lot of times it's you having to adjust and you just won't. A lot of y'all out there is just stubborn and you just don't want to let up. And you're like, well, it is what it is. My mind is made up on what I'm doing. I know what I put in. I know my worth. How? How do you know? Worth is based on what? Worth is based on what? Your capability, what you're supplying, what somebody gets from it. I mean, it's a variety of things to just say worth. Worth? I know what I'm worth. As your customer base shows you that's what you're worth. Now people are like, no, well, just because they're not paying that. Think about it. These are the people you're marketing to. These are the people you're marketing to. This is the market you chose. Like I said, you accepted these friend requests. You accepted these followers. You accepted this demographic of people that you're putting it out to. You accepted it. Are they telling you that that's what you're worth? I don't care what nobody say. Just stop that. I'm sorry, but stop. Stop that. Stop thinking that it has to be only about what you think. Think about it. How is your commitment to research on your market? How is your commitment to researching what you just did? Did you really just do checks and balances over the last year of what you've done? Think about over the last year what you've done. Did you really make the best of it? Did you really do research on it? Stop listening to people telling you know your worth all the time. Develop it. A lot of your worth is way higher than maybe your price point is even now. But it's the lack of understanding of your respective market. And don't change your price, just change your customer base and all that. Like, really? Really? You're choosing your market. These are the people you keep putting it out to. Think about it. Think about these people and what they're willing to pay. The certain things that they're paying for is because they want that respective class in society. So getting a new pair of Jordans, how does everybody look with somebody with a new pair of Jordans? Getting a Louis bag, whatever it may be, these high-end, whatever people have, think about it. What people look at when they see it. Don't compare yourself to these other brands that's been established and have somebody on the forefront marketing it for them. People see, there's no commercials for, Bentley and Lamborghini. Sure it is. All your entertainers do all the commercial work for them. Yes, they do. and they put it in all their videos. They market lifestyle to you. So what do these big, huge companies have to do all this marketing for when they got entertainers and people who you look up to on their behalf doing it? So yes, they do have commercials. Think about it. Like, really? Stop comparing yourself to them. Stay focused on what you're doing. And at the very least, learn from them. They're marketing, they're having somebody do some things with them. Learn how to communicate with others. Learn how to understand sales. If you're selling something and you're going to tell me you've never read a book on sales, you're selling something, you're providing a brand or a service, and you're going to really be honest with yourself. You haven't read one book on marketing or sales. You haven't committed. All right, let me break it down. Okay. So you spend 10 hours in your week on your brand, product, or service. I'm just throwing a number out there. Making it, providing it, whatever. How much time did you commit? How many hours did you commit to learning your market, your brand, your product, your service? How much time did you learn your customer base, how to provide the sales to your customer base? How much time did you commit to marketing? Be honest with yourself. How much time did you really commit? You're selling something and providing a product or service, but you didn't actually do any research, study, learn, commit to developing what it is that you're doing. You're selling something, but you don't read anything on sales. You don't read any books, learn any literature on sales, marketing. You're putting stuff out there. You're not doing any understanding on marketing. Selling clothes, but you're not understanding any kind of trend, sales, marketing on all your clothes. You're just posting like everybody else. Okay. Think about it. You're committing all this time to making a product. You're committing all this time to being at these pop-up shops and all these different places and selling it. You're committing this time to reposting it over and over and over again, but you haven't committed any time to actually what it takes to sell, what it takes to market, what it takes to actually talk to someone. You haven't committed to that, but you're doing reading quotes and memes all day? Really? How's that worked out for you? Not committing anything to understanding business, how things change, the availability of funds for your business. People, they're giving away these grants, they're doing this, they're doing that. There's loans available for a lot of you, but you haven't worked on your you haven't worked on your credit score to have the financial backing for what you're trying to do. Because you can actually go get a real loan for what you're trying to do. Or you can actually develop your credit where you have credit cards or credit available to you to go ahead and contribute to whatever you're doing, to finance your dream. So people stop sleeping on you. Wake up. Wake up, y'all. This is real. I'm telling you, because a lot of y'all out there have amazing things, and to be real with you, all of you out there, you want to put it on the Cigar Room Show, bring it on, because I'm here to support you. But I'm also here to tell you, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. This is real. A lot of y'all is giving y'all time and committing to something and leaving out the whole other part of it. Learning what you're actually doing. I make this. Have you committed to learning the market of what you're making? Have you committed to how you actually sell what you're making? Y'all better stop believing the hype and saying, people buy this and buy that. People buy it for a reason. What's the reason they should buy your stuff? What's the reason they should have your product or brand or service? What is the reason? Have you really given them a reason? People will sell things and make you feel great that you bought it. Somebody will sell people, don't you know your customer base knows when they bought something from you and they just did it to support, versus feeling like, man, I should have been had this. Like, man, this is amazing. Stop just always reposting. Revisit the fact that you probably haven't studied marketing or sales on your respective brand, service, business, product. Think about it. How much time have you committed to that? I know how much time I put in. Really? Have you put much time into the commitment of learning? Or just the time that you put in making the product and just reposting it a lot? Yeah. All right. The seventh one is failing to adapt. Failing to adapt. People who are stubborn have a hard time with that one. You don't want to adapt to your actual market. I think about how fashion was 10 years ago and how it is now. Think about the people that provide clothing. Think about the shock to their system that they had to change things. Think about it. 2000 stuff was baggy in our hood and different hoods around the world. Stuff was baggy and our clothes is a little bit more fitted, I'll say. All those different brands had to adapt. You look at all the 90s clothes and how many colors it was and all that different stuff and the way it was and all that. Think about it. They had to adapt. At a certain point, we had to adapt. The eighth one is growing too quickly. That's interesting. That's a real reason why a business will fail. It grows too quickly. I'll even read what it says about it. It says, not being prepared for your own success can also be a reason to fail. Part of understanding the business risks associated with your startup business is knowing what you will need. For example, in terms of staffing, technology, business funding, supply chain management, to be prepared for your future growth plans. Okay, a lot of you out there put out something and then all of a sudden you're out of stock. And it's because you weren't prepared. So now people who are waiting on what you had, and this is a tough time for people because a lot of people are out of stock of a lot of things. Because we can't get items like we used to. Failing to hire and retain the right people. Some of you, that's you. You hired yourself as the chief executive officer and you're not the right person. Not yet. Listen, I'm not showing no shade at anybody because this was me once upon a time. I was not ready to be the boss I was trying to be. Like, this is the truth. I took on different people and things that I shouldn't have. I was not ready. I'll leave it at that. It's a lot of things that in different businesses I had, and I'm like, I shouldn't have did that. I won't do that one again. And the big part of that, to be real with you, was giving opportunities and supporting and ways that I could have did a lot differently. And I learned from that. I learned from different situations, the joint ventures that I'm part of. You know, how I did business with people and then letting them have opportunity to fix it and make it right, and they never did. Some of y'all are going through this currently, and I understand. Giving people a chance, giving people an opportunity, and it just doesn't work out right. And then you making the bad judgment call to keep pursuing it with the person or with certain people, and then you find out, I don't need to do business like this. I'm messing up, and I need to take accountability. This is not okay. I'm doing bad business with myself, with others. How I'm handling it is all wrong. I should either have somebody in place to help me that really understands this properly, and or I should have developed a lot more before I got to this point. The 10th one is not asking for support. A lot of y'all feel like you are a one-person army, and you're not. You need help. Ask for help. There are people around you that really want to help you probably, or you can get help from, but a lot of times your arrogance, your ego is in its way. What I'm saying it for, support, you're in support's way, wherever it comes from. you're in the way. Your ego, your pride, your expert opinion. It's a constant. It's a constant thing people keep doing to themselves. Listen, don't lose your dream because you won't wake up. You're probably doing it wrong and you have the right intentions. You're not even realizing that you're not even figuring out why, because you don't want to. You don't want to face the truth of it. Hey, you could be doing this. We hear from people. You could do this, you could do that. And some people have a really good insight looking at it. And they're trying to help you. Some people are really trying to help you. There's people that reached out to me even about this show, right? And they gave me different advice and said what I should be doing, could be doing. And some of them I listened to, some of them I didn't. I had to deal with what comes with it. Certain things worked, certain things I developed on, and certain things I'm currently developing on. I had to realize that because I'm like, I don't want to just get on a show and just talk. That's not my... To be completely transparent with you, this show is going to really, I hope it builds a platform, it builds a space where people can promote, people can be built up on it. And the biggest thing about all this is, I hope that I could be a part of your story. I hope that when they make a documentary about whoever it is out there that's listening, that I'm a part of your story and I get to tell how you got to the place you are and what you did to accomplish whatever you're at that point. I hope I can document someone's amazing story, a part of it. Promote someone's amazing product, brand, or service. Talk about somebody's great, outstanding perspective that helps people and is helping themselves and keep helping over time. A lot of you out there are going to make history. A lot of you are gonna be out there and be remembered in history for what you're doing and what you're going to do. I don't care what it is. Think about even people doing hair, people doing tattoos, people cutting hair, people do those services, right? A lot of y'all got kids that are seeing their mom, their dad, their parent be an entrepreneur, and that's all they know them to be, an entrepreneur. Think about how often we got to see that as kids. Like, my mom, my dad, my parent owns this. They do this. They make their own money from this. They're an independent business owner. And a lot of y'all just, how you going about marketing what you're doing? How you setting yourself apart? How much do you treat it in quality? A lot of people's attitudes just all messed up about this. You stop blaming it all on your customer base. You're the one that chose them. You're the one that's around them. There's so many things that you can commit to, but you committed to whatever you did. So understand something. Your price is your price, cool. Go find the market for it. There's no reason for you to go broke trying to constantly sell to people who can't afford you. Find that market, and if you're too lazy to find that market, that's on you. That's on you. Because you don't want to be, could you tell me what I could be doing different? Because your ego, your pride in the way. Or the most simplest thing, and I'm speaking to myself also in hindsight, man, what I could have and should have been doing. I'm giving my time to all this different stuff, but I haven't committed no time to the respective market and learning it, learning how to do sales better, learning how to market better, learning how to have a better commitment to what I'm doing, learning from the experts what they're doing that's working successfully, and giving myself the opportunity to be better at whatever brand, product, or service that I'm providing. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just jumping out there. You're doing the same thing as everybody else. That's what we're doing, right? And there's a lot of you that you make money, you do okay, and that's fine. And you're okay with that. But then there's some of you that come on, let's be real. You really could and should be making a lot more than you are, but you act content because what you're doing is at least paying your bills. And I always say when people say something to me, well, at least, and at least, and at least. Anytime you got to start out with a sentence with at least, come on now. When has at least ever been the standard? When has at least ever been the standard? Think about it. You got a brand, product, or service, and you asking $300 for it, right? And somebody says, well, I got $120 for you. Well, at least I gave you something. Man, you ain't gonna want to hear that. You are not gonna want to hear that. At least is not the standard. At least is not the standard. For those of you out there, please, please, this is the first of a couple series I'm probably gonna do on this. But please, don't lose your dream because you won't wake up. Please. I'm rooting for you. I really am. I'm really hoping the best for you because there's so many people that got amazing. All right, one last thing. Think about it like this. Those big companies, those big brands you compare yourself to, you think they're not okay with your low level of commitment to what you're doing? People keep regurgitating these same things. Oh, y'all buy this, but y'all don't buy it. Support your local, whatever. Y'all keep doing it. Y'all keep comparing, y'all benchmarking yourselves with these larger brands and companies, right? Think about it. Who do you think winning in all that? These larger brands and companies. If you understood that you had to have a larger commitment to learning what you're doing versus saying that same old saying that y'all buy all this, buy all that, but y'all don't buy it. If you stop saying that and use that same time to learn your respective business and market, think about what your economic growth pattern would be. Think about if you woke up, learned what you did, committed to it with almost a similar amount of hours that you do making it, providing it. Think about if you learned it. I make money regardless. Some people might say I make money, I ain't have to learn that much. I just got it. I just know how to do it. Sure. I got you. If you look over at your overall life right now, you want to be honest with yourself and say you're happy with it? And say you're good with how far you've gotten off of what you've done? Or are you looking for something on a higher level? Are you looking to be at a different place? Because I know a lot of you are. I know a lot of you are looking to be at a different place. Think about it. Stop shooting shots at your customer base. Stop. That same energy you putting into shooting shots at your customer base in your respective market, the same kind of energy you could be putting into learning a market that you could be selling to. Learning a sales, a way of going about sales or providing the service or products that you have. You could be learning that a lot more. Stop taking shots at your customer base. Them people don't even care. They don't. And you're not going to guilt them into caring. They won't. There's no sustainability in guilting someone to do something for you. There's no sustainability. None. Create an emotional response where somebody feels like they needed what you have. That they're excited to have what you have. You're comparing yourself to companies and brands and services and things like that of people who are excited to get those things. Are they excited about what you have? Are they excited about what you got? Have you been committing to creating that emotional response that people are excited about what you have? And if they aren't now, it's okay. They will be with your level of commitment raising. Think about it. Trying to get the most out of the least, that's what most people's jobs do to them. I'm trying to get the most out of you and pay you the least. Come on now, think about it. Are you doing that to your customer base? I put a lot of work into what I do. to what you're providing? Have you been putting a lot of work into what it takes to do what you do? Have you? You spend 10 hours a week on something. How many hours have you committed to learning it? Be honest with yourself. I can go on to some different points, but I'm gonna leave that for another episode. I really hope y'all understand how passionate I am, that I don't want y'all to fail out there. I don't. Man, I love it. Each and every one of y'all doing these different things to take your life and your family to a different level in life. Man, I love seeing it. I love seeing it. That's why I don't want y'all to fail. I don't want y'all to lose. I'm reading, I'm learning different things, and I'm like, man. See, I got to keep myself sharp. I got to. And I'm not saying I'm the expert, but I'm progressive in what I'm doing. Not perfect, but I'm definitely progressive. And I make some choices that maybe they're not the best initially. My heart in the right place though. And I just keep going, and I commit to learning. I watch other shows, I watch other podcasts, I watch other people, and I learn from them. I don't hate on them. Oh, they be doing this, they ain't doing that, or they got this because of this, they got that. I don't care nothing about that. I'm just trying to learn what they doing and try to make myself better and give them shout outs and show them love for what they doing. I don't care nothing about that. I'm caring about, listen, what can I get from this to help me, to help my people around me? That's what I'm caring about.